Welcome to another live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Traders, hope that you guys are ready for another trading day. We had quite a few successful trading day in a row, so expecting another great trading day and week this week. As we can see FOMC coming, and we can expect significant movement in the market. We'll be looking to see what kind of trading opportunity we have in the upcoming session to find out how we can trade the market. So we can see that XAU USD, there is a bounce here and then rejection, so quite a dramatic movement in the market in all of them. So we'll be looking for any instrument showing us trading opportunity. We will be looking for entry opportunity in this market. So let's see how we can trade the market, looking at one by one, starting with XAU USD, and also we will be looking at other instrument as well to see how we can find trading opportunity. We will be looking at euro dollar, which is basically trending nicely. Also British pound US dollar, also you can see that there's a nice trend and we might see potential reversal. These are a couple of instrument, AUD USD as well. It's in a nice trend. We see a couple of bearish candle, and yeah, so USD pairs looks nicely trending at the moment. And with that being said, XAU USD a little bit in a sideways movement, but we might see that one as well started to move, beginning with XAU USD, and also we'll be looking at British pound US dollar, AUD USD, and then euro dollar. Before I begin this full multi-time frame analysis, traders, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Hello coach, thank you very much. Gold, yep, dollar yen, thank you. Welcome. So let's quickly look at here on XAU USD to see how we can find trading opportunity in this market. So looking at on XAU USD to see that how it might be heading to. Looking at the 1 minute chart on this instrument, this is 1 minute price action on XAU USD. You can see this is a resistance line here. And let's look at the full multi-time frame approach on this instrument to find out how the price might be doing. Here is, we can see that from this support level there is a very strong breakout with a strong momentum, and with that bounce we can see that after this movement to the upside on XAU USD, the market moved in a sideways, slowly trying to break below in that direction. And with that in mind, if we look at the daily chart on XAU USD, we can see that from the daily resistance here, this is a very important level of resistance here on XAU USD. Looking at monthly, first of all, to see a bigger picture from the monthly perspective, we can see that it's a bull market starting from here. This is a strong impulse on the monthly, followed by this pullback. And we can see that there is another impulse followed by, we can see another pullback. And where this is the current monthly price action here, and with that current monthly bullish candle from this support level creating series of higher low, there is a very strong bounce. If we look at the weekly perspective, we can see that from the weekly price action here, from this weekly support level, there is a weekly bounce followed by narrow weekly candle formation. And with that narrow weekly candle formation, the market has slowly dropped from that level to the support level. And we can see the daily perspective here, which is basically from the daily here, this is the daily price action from this support level. If you closely look at it, we can see that this is the daily impulse here, followed by this pullback to the support level. And we can see another impulse followed by, we can see another pullback here on the daily perspective on XAU USD. And we can see that from this level here, this is an impulse followed by this deeper correction here on this one from the daily. From this resistance line, we can see that drop on the daily to this support level. And with that support price action, we can see from this daily movement here, this is the daily move on XAU USD. and we can see that this is where daily price action from this support level, a bounce here from the 4-hour perspective here on XAUUSD. Also we can see that from this pretty strong impulse to the upside, sideways movement. And looking at the 1-hour chart to see how the market is evolving, from the 1-hour perspective we can see that this is where double top formation, and double top from this resistance line, complete break below this here to the support level on XAUUSD. And after this double top formation, we can see that with the double top the market has broken below to this support level, and therefore what we can see that after this double top formation from this level, we can see the market slowly trending, and we could see that the price is coming back here to that support level where there is a high liquidity, where we can see the market in that zone here. This is where very important liquidity zone. And now the question is XAUUSD potentially trending to the upside again or dropping back here to the support level? So if we look at the daily here, we can see that after this daily green candle, the market slowly trying to lean back to the downside here, and in that area where this is a daily green candle here, and with that daily green candle, this is a support level. What I think that the market might potentially move in a sideways fashion here. So you can see that it may move in a sideways on XAUUSD, and with that sideways movement, with that being said, on this instrument, on the sideways movement here from this support level, with this bounce, we can see sideways doji, and with that doji formation, XAUUSD trying to drop here to that level where there is a high liquidity. So looking at the 15 minutes perspective on XAUUSD, we can see that this is the lower time frame here, and with the double top formation, okay, so if we closely look at with the double top, a big drop here sideways, expecting for this market to come back here and potentially retest this level here. So with that in mind, on this instrument on XAUUSD, expecting for the price to potentially come back to that level. From the 1-hour perspective here, we can see from this resistance line a drop here. So with that in mind, what we can expect for this instrument, for the price to melt to the downside to this support level, and therefore what we can expect for the price to 1-hour chart here as well, from this, after this green move, the price slowly coming here to that support level, and I think that we might see ultimately the price penetrating below that level and then could bounce back up again to create a new higher high here. And with that in mind, what we can see that here, this is a green bull candle and forming series of lower high here. With that series of lower high formation on this one, after this double top, we can expect for the price to continue to drop here to this support level here where there is a high liquidity zone in that area. So with that being said, looking at the 30 minutes perspective here and the 15 minutes chart, lower time frame price action here after this that there is a channel here and then breakout. This move, we can see that it's a potentially a false breakout, and after the false breakout, the market, we can see that coming to that liquidity zone to the support level. So, and with that being said, what we can expect on XAUUSD is for the price to come to that level where, if you look at it, you can see this is an inverted head and shoulder here, and with that inverted head and shoulder, this is a pretty strong level on XAUUSD. And now the question is the market breaking below or bouncing back again to the upside. Now what I think that, guys, as you can see, the price has formed here kind of triple top, and as it has formed that triple top, potentially we could see that gold coming back to that support level where there is an important liquidity zone in this instrument. So as it has formed that important liquidity zone, the bias, what I think that could be to the downside for the time being. As FOMC coming, we might see a very good move in the market. Let's find out potential entry level, and I will be looking for the overall picture in the market. And in the meantime, thank you. Spurges, welcome, good morning, enjoying live session. Thank you for your support, guys. Absolutely, I'm also enjoying the live session with all of you guys every single day, and definitely appreciate your support to the channel, to find out that every day in this channel you guys are doing great as well. So thank you for your support in the channel, that every single day I'm coming on live to help traders so that they can learn and grow as a trader with me, and also I'm learning and growing as a trader with all of them together. So looking at that's why it is important that we mainly focus on learning. The main focus in this academy is learning and growing as a trader, which is very important to look at. As a trader, it's very important that we fully focus on learning, and growth is very important to look at. Now you can see that this is a 30 minutes perspective on this instrument. This is where triple top formation, and with the triple top, what we can expect from this level here, a big drop to that support level, and expecting for the market to trend in that direction to create a new lower low in this market. So here is triple top formation, triple top, big drop here, and with the drop, wanting to see the market trending potentially and coming back to that level here where there is a previous resistance which is turning support here. Wanting to see that the market is potentially trending in that direction where there is a high liquidity. So as this is a triple top, and with the triple top formation, we'll be waiting to see the market breaking below to that level where there is a resistance here. So you can see this is a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, which is turning support here. Wanting to see that it's coming to that level where important resistance turning support, and would like to see that the market trend has changed here. As there is a liquidity gap here, it's a complete liquidity gap. What I think that we might see a short-term change of trend in that area, so that might lead the price back to the support level, and want to see that the market, if you guys look at it, you can see this is the 1 minute chart here, and with that 1 minute chart, this is where there is a structure formation. So you can see this is a structure, and with that structure formation, pretty strong structure here. Okay, so this is a structure here, and from that structure, if we see that the market has broken above, we might see ultimately a rejection to the downside here on XAU USD. With that in mind, if we look at again 30 minutes and the 15 minutes perspective on XAU USD, this is where there is a bounce, and as there is a drop, and now it's up for a pullback with a channel, ultimately we might see that the market has broken below in that direction. So Therefore, what we can expect in this market is after back-to-back two dojis here. Okay, so two dojis formation, one long wick and then followed by another long wick doji. After this two doji formation on XAU USD, we can look for the market to potentially bounce to the upside here to the resistance line, and that resistance is quite important. You can see there is a resistance here, turning support here, and what we can expect for this market. But I think that let's delete this structure here and to see what kind of price action is forming, where this is a support here. Okay, so which is resistance here, where there is a 20 EMA support turning resistance, and as this is an impulse to the support level, going back up to the liquidity zone, expecting for this market to trend in the direction to create a new lower low. So with that in mind, if we look at the 1 minute chart here, there's a gap open, and with that gap opening, this is a double bottom here. Okay, so with the double bottom, gap open, a potential bounce here, and as gap open, a bounce, expecting for the market to potentially, after a liquidity grab, we can expect for the market to trend in that direction. So 30 minutes and the lower time frame here, 15 minutes as well, trying to move back to the upside and then coming back here. So looking at again lower time frame, looking at the 5 minute chart to see overall picture in the market, we can see there are two long wick dojis here, and two long wick dojis might give a little upside, but I think that the bias is still bearish, as we can see that after this doji, the market slowly trying to revert back. Looking at the 5 minutes here, we'll be waiting for the complete price action confirmation before we find an entry opportunity. And in the meantime, traders, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Good morning, thank you for joining this live session. Yeah, absolutely appreciate your support, guys, and every single day you guys are supporting the channel, which is very good. And also I'm posting every single day valuable content to help every trader coming along the way. If you guys want to be part of the trading community, also make sure you join the free Telegram channel. You can find link below this video for more updated all the updates and education that I'm posting every single day in the free Telegram channel. Thanks for that. And we can see that here is this is the 1 minute chart. Here is a double top. Okay, so let's see if this market is from this level, is it bouncing back up or it's coming back here in that direction. We'll look to see that how it might be forming. Okay, so this is an important level of support here. Let's see if we can find suitable entry confirmation. GBPUSD, also we can see that there is a breakdown on GBPUSD. Early today also I had a trade on euro dollar, same price action, you see bearish. Along with the XAU USD, also looking at British pound US dollar. British pound US dollar, we can see that there is a potential for bearish move here, and I would like to see that this market also showing some very good price action confirmation. Now we might find a potential entry on British pound US dollar along with XAU USD. So let's look at how GBPUSD is performing. This is the resistance here, so you can see this is a resistance here which is turning support here on British pound US dollar. And if we look at the 4 hour, where there is a bearish engulfer. If we look at the monthly, guys, keep in mind that multi-time frame is key. Now every trade I take, I must look at multi-time frame approach and then followed by price action confirmation. Now if you as a trader, if you want to excel, the most important part here is to look at the higher time frame and then stepping down to the lower time frame. So when you look at the multi-time frame approach on an instrument, if you look at the higher time frame and then dropping down to the lower time frame, which is very important to look at. So multi-time frame analysis is key to look at in a market to find out where we can find trading opportunities. So if you look at British pound US dollar here, we can see that GBP USD. Let's figure out to see where GBP USD is heading to, see potential for entry. GBP USD from the bigger picture, as you mentioned, that from the daily we have seen that especially the daily price action is very important. You know, whenever I look at the market, I look at the daily price action, because you know, when you look at the daily, it gives you a little more clearer picture than anything else, because daily price action is where the price showing its hand. Now looking at daily price action on GBP USD, why daily price action is so important? Because when you look at the daily, it's not a higher time frame, neither the lower time frame, but looking at daily price action will more often give you much more clearer understanding of the overall picture in the market. Because when you look at the monthly, weekly, yeah, we can see the bigger picture, but daily is where it's in the middle, right? So that always helps us to understand the overall picture in the market. So if you look at the daily price action here on British pound US dollar, we can see that from the daily, this is where there is a bounce and followed by this pullback, and we can see that there is another bounce on GBP USD, followed by we can see that deeper pullback on GBP USD. Now as the market from the daily managed to reject from this level here, so you can see this is a rejection here, and with that rejection we might see that British pound US dollar coming back to that support here, and therefore this is a resistance here, which is turning support here. As resistance turning support on GBP USD, we can expect for this market to continue to drop to that level here. Highly likely that we could see GBP USD may continue to melt to that level here where there is a support. So this is the the daily support here on British pound US dollar. And looking at the 4-hour here to see how the market is evolving, we can see that this is the 4-hour bearish engulfer on GBP USD, and with a narrow 4-hour candle is still running the price action here. As if you look at this 4-hour price action here, which is the most important part here, that as a retail trader, the only reliable information that we have is price action, right? So if you look at the market, what do you see in that market? The price action. That's the only thing that we have in this market. Am I right? So there are many things, indicators. You can find other information in the market, right? So you can see the news, you can see many floating information. Guys, I can't emphasize more than this. The only reliable information that we have as a retail trader is price action. Why? Because this is only the visible thing that we can see on the chart. So what is price action and candlestick pattern? Candlestick pattern is the visual representation of the buyers and sellers activities on the other side of the market. Are you guys getting my point? I hope that you guys getting my point. If you guys getting my point, smash it now, right now. And if you are passionate as a trader, then always focus on learning rather than making money. Because when you become a trader, it will come as a byproduct, right? So this is very important to look at. So now from that point of view, you can see this is the 1-hour price action on British pound US dollar. And what am I looking at in this market? If I want to enter in this trade on GBP USD, let's look at before we enter any trade here, what am I looking at in this market? What I'm expecting here to give us around 36-37 pip move, but I'm not entering yet. So make sure you're not hitting that entry button. So let's look at here what kind of price action it is making. As we mentioned, that the most important part here that we need to look at is price action confirmation, right? So British pound US dollar, this is the 1 hour price action. If you guys look at it, you can see this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder, head and shoulder, and then a big drop. Okay, so sideways movement, and then we can see a bounce and then rejection, right? So here, when we see a break of structure, okay, that's where the opportunity, guys. When you see the break of structure, again I'm repeating, when you see the break of structure, that's where liquidity grab, that's where the liquidity candle formation, that's what the most interesting and the most profitable strategy that I use in my trading, break of structure. So what do you mean by break of structure? Let's understand it. Break of structure, break of structure is deviation from the true intrinsic. That means that there is always a benchmark of pricing in the market, but at some point you might see the price deviate from that settings, and that's where the opportunity comes to trade the market. So looking at here British pound US dollar, now you can see that this is the 1 hour price action. So what we can look at, let's replay the chart, guys. This is real trading. Why? Because retail traders education is rare. You'll not find proper education in trading for the retail trader. Why? Because it's not available. If you look at all the successful institutions who are trading the market, their strategy is the most secretive thing they keep. This is the truth, right? Because no one wants to discuss or reveal their strategy. And that's why it's so rare to find the right trading education. But here in Forex Trading Wizard Academy, I'm committed to give the best possible. And now you guys need to take notes and take it for learning and long-term growth. Now, before I progress further, I would like to know how many traders think that you guys can be profitable as a trader. You can write on the live chat so that I know that you guys are paying attention. So here you can see this is the Gbpusd. This is a 1 hour chart. Now if you look at this market, what kind of structure it has formed, you can see that after this head and shoulder from this resistance line, what do you see? Now why did I draw this resistance? Also very important to look at. You can see the series of lower high, right? So series of lower high, very important resistance line, guys. Look at the past, okay? So past will show you an indication of the future, right? So past repeats. Now it's a very common pattern that happens over and over again, right? So even in our thinking, there is always, according to science, 90% of our thinking is repetitive. That means that what we have thought yesterday, unless we consciously change it, 9 out of 10 thinking repeats today. That's why we repeat past. So past sometimes indicates the future, not always, but if you consciously make a better choice, it will change every single day. So but the market is not conscious, so therefore market keeps repeating the past over and over again, and that's an advantage for us. That's why when we look at the past resistance, you can see this is resistance here, support here, resistance here, which is where we can see the market in that zone, and then there is a resistance. So what we can see here, the market is forming series of lower high, and that's where we can see with that series of lower high formation, once it formed that head and shoulder, it managed to break below, and that's, you can see it's a bearish structure. In this zone here, there's a pattern here. If you guys look at it, you can see that pattern. What do you see? That there is a 1 hour liquidity candle formation. So what is a liquidity candle? The candle has grabbed the liquidity, it has a volume in it. Now this is an even expert trader, experienced trader might trap here, because after this candle anyone tempted to sell this market, right? So selling this market, putting the stop loss above this high just to see that one more bounce, stopped out, and then boom, the market started to move for its move. That's where the breakup structure, this one is still not a breakup structure. The real breakup structure is here. Okay, so this is liquidity grab, and that is liquidity candle. If you look at the higher time frame, you'll find that zone here, and that's where our eye is to find out the zone where there is a breakup structure, and then entering into the trade, keeping that breakup structure as a stop loss gap, right? So let's look at, guys, I'm giving everything for you so that you guys can understand it. Make sure you always pay attention, and then do the risk management. Also try to analyze from your point of view as well. Okay, so anything you will be learning is just an indication. Once you observe, you started to see very different picture in the market. So if we look at the 1 hour again, going back to that level here, going to the short position here, I'm not still entering, so just looking at the potential where we can find. So here is, if we look at, this is where Gbpusd, and potentially we might find an entry opportunity. Now as we discussed here, okay, so you can see this is a bearish move, and let's look at the Fibonacci. All right, so looking at the Fibonacci from high to the low, so it's nearing to 38.2%, still not there. And also if we look at this one here, this structure, okay, this is the previous structure that was broken to the upside on XAU USD. Okay, so you can see that this is a resistance here, and from this resistance, big drop, bounce back up to the resistance, drop, bounce back up to the resistance, drop, breakup structure. So this is an established resistance that was broken to the upside and then has broken below. Therefore we can see the market is potentially heading to the upside here to that level. Now with that movement on XAU USD, here is where you can see that this is a channel. So we may see that this level is being respected or retested, and then we can expect a potential bearish pattern here. Let's look at further lower time frame to find out, in fact, where we can find an entry opportunity in this market. So pretty strongly bearish price action on XAU USD. So therefore in this market, this is where if we look at the price action here, so this is the 1 hour chart, and the price is heading to that level. This is the resistance line. Okay, so expecting for the market to break below potentially to that level. This is the 30 minutes 1 hour chart. So you can see that it's trying to, we have seen after this drop, this is the 1 hour candle closed with a long wick candle, and with that long wick candle, okay, so what we can expect for the price to trend in that direction. Okay, so here is series of lower high formation, quite a few long wick candles, expecting for the price to drop to that support. Let's see that for our potential entry, where we can find it. It's the 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, so here is from this level here, this is a pretty strong drop followed by this pullback to the upside. So looking at 1 hour chart, 44 hours chart, 15 minutes perspective, so still not entering, but I think that we might see potentially a bearish move. So if we look at British pound US dollar here, this is a 46 pip potential. So looking at XAUUSD as well, so you can see it's sideways. Gbpusd, there is a potential for a downtrend here on Gbpusd, and so looking at that instrument on British pound US dollar in that area here, we can see that this is where a doji, and what I think that we might see potentially a bearish pressure on Gbpusd, and with that bearish pressure, what we can expect for the price to that coming back to that level here, to that support level. We'll be waiting for that drop in that area. As you can see, this is the 15 minutes perspective on Gbpusd, and what we can see that here, this is the after this that resistance here, long wick candle, and we can expect for the market to here I will be waiting for that potentially potentially another bounce possible. Then we can look for that potential entry in that area on XAUUSD. 30 minutes perspective, we can see some pullback coming, and that pullback is where the price is heading to. So let's see. So in that area, guys, I just had a little bit of disconnection. So yep, here is what we can see on Gbpusd. So still not finding a potential entry, but I think that if you guys look at it, you can see this is a you can see here is from this level that bearish engulfer, and with that bearish engulfer, as it's a narrow doji candle formation, we can expect for the market to potentially trend in that direction to create a new lower low. This is the, as you can see, this is the 1 hour chart trying to bounce back up to the resistance here, and looking at 4 hour, this is a resistance here as well. This is the 1 hour chart here, where after this, that big drop, we can see the market slowly trying to bounce to that level where there is a high liquidity, and this is where an important resistance line. And with that high liquidity, if we look at the 30 minutes and the lower time frame 1 hour chart, the market is slowly trying to retest. And for us to enter, let's see if there is any potential entry. We can see that in the first 2 hours there is only, it's moving in that narrow range in a dodgy formation. And this is the 1 hour. Here is in that area here. Okay, so this is a drop, and with the drop we can see the market form series of higher low here to that resistance line. And 4 hour is going back to that level where there is a high liquidity, and therefore if you look at it, you can see the series of lower high, quite a few long week candles. Okay, and with the long week candles, the market is forming series of lower high here, and you can see series of lower high. Okay, so British pound US dollar lower time frame price action, we can see it might be breaking below here to that support level, where there is an important level, an important support level here. So looking at the 1 hour and the lower time frame with the 4 hour here, so let's look at to see if this market is potentially breaking below or bouncing back up again to create a new higher high. 30 minutes. And so therefore we see that after this drop here, okay, with this pullback, want to see the market expecting to come back here to that level here to create a new lower low. On Gbpusd, let's look at XAUUSD. We can see there is a local breakdown here. We might see some move on XAUUSD. Gbpusd will go back to it. Now looking at XAUUSD, here is, there's a move here, guys. So let's look at this one, where it is heading. There is a 4 hour 20 EMA to that level here, to this support level, which is couple of pips down. We'll be doing a full analysis on XAUUSD. Okay, so this is where this is from this level. Okay, so from this level we can see that there is a head and shoulder. With that head and shoulder formation, let's see that if we could see the market breaking that level here to that support level to find out potential entry opportunity in the market. From this resistance here, okay, so you can see that a pretty strong drop to that support level, and here is neckline of this head and shoulder. So this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. And with that head and shoulder, okay, so there is a support here. So let's look at how many pip here has been 24 pip. So I'm going to open sell position with 25 pip to 28 pip stop loss to that level, to this resistance, which will be 28 pip. Definitely must be risk managed trade. expecting to drop again to that support level. So opening a sell position on XAU USD. All right, so let's look at so stop loss putting at 2760.01. We'll be later explaining further. So looking at the lower time frame, here is TP target putting at 2755.38. So XAU USD, we can see that we open a sell position here on this instrument, and with that sell position on XAU USD, expecting to have a downward pressure in this instrument. And as you can see, there is a head, left shoulder and the right shoulder. With that head and shoulder on this instrument, we can expect for the market to a break below. Let's see how far it might be heading to. And with that in mind, if we look at the 5 minutes perspective on this instrument, wanting to see that the price is coming here to that level to create a new lower low. Looking at the lower time frame on XAU USD, this is the 1 minute chart here on this instrument. There is a doji, and with the doji formation, this is another doji here. So there is a doji here, and from the doji, we can see the market slowly breaking below potentially. And let's look at to see how it might be heading to. I'm sell on XAUSD, wanting to see that it's coming down to that support level to see to have a bias. As you can see, guys, you can see this quite a few long wick candles here, and with that long wick candle, okay, so from here a drop, pullback, another drop, narrow pullback, another drop. So expecting for this market to trend in the direction to create a new lower low. And all right, so as we can see, a very strong drop here. Want to see that the market is here is a sideways movement, and with that sideways movement, 15 minutes perspective, okay, so 15 minutes bearish candle. So wanting to see that it's trending in that direction, so we are on the sell side on XAUUSD to find out potential entry. Let's look at how far it might be heading to. Okay, so with that drop here, narrow doji formation in that area. So here the stop loss here on this trade, I'm short on XAUSD 26 pip, wanting to see some downward pressure here, and as soon as you will find that, we will be entering into that. Thank you very much. You are not showing us the POI interest buy sell. Yeah, so this is a selling opportunity here for us. Thank you. Post check gold is showing sell signal but don't want entry. Thank you. Thank you. Is gold likely to fill in the imbalance that is just created in 15 minutes before the sell comes? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. And let's see where here you can see quite a few long week candles formation here. Okay, so with that quite a few long week candle in this area, we can see that this is a doji here, a bearish candle. There is another doji bearish candle, expecting this market to potentially come back here to that support level. And with this couple of doji formation for this market, we can see the price slowly coming here to the level, to the support level, to create a new lower low. We'll see that how far it might be heading to. Looking at this one here, wanting to see that it's coming break below. Let's wait for the market to show its hand. We are short on this one. We'll be waiting for that drop. So from this resistance here, we can see the price is slowly coming back to that support to find out where the market might be heading to. Wanting to see that it's coming. Forming series of lower high here. We'll be waiting for the market to trend in that direction to create a new lower low. So yep, we are on this one going down, which is good for us to see some pip gain potentially. Are you guys with me? Thank you very much for joining the live session. So you can see the market is trending. So we have seen a couple of pips down here. And we see the price slowly coming down, potentially expecting for this price to want to see that it's breaking in that direction to create a new lower low. And so looking at if you look at, you can see the 5-minute chart. One-minute chart here, long week candle. Want to see that the market is, you can see this is a pretty strong long week in that area. And with that long week, want to see that the market, there's a rejection expected to drop further, but we see that there's a bounce. So let's wait for the market, how far it might be heading to. So with that doji formation on XAU USD, with a breakout, wanting to see that it's coming back to that support level here. So we'll be waiting for the market to come down here to fill that zone to create a new lower low. With the bearish engulfer. Okay, so we'll keep running for some pip gain here to see. Okay, so with that resistance, expecting for the market to trend in that direction to create a new lower low. We can see bearish engulfer here. Want to see that we are up a couple of pips here from that zone. 13 pip up in that area. And with that 13 pip up, so we can see that from this resistance line, wanting to see that around 14-15 pip up in that area would like to see the market is coming down. Okay, so you can see it's pretty strong downside here, and want to see one more drop. And once we see that drop, we'll be looking for that entry, further entry. So you can see there is a bounce. Let's look at how much we have gained here. So around 13 pip. We have seen there is a bounce. Okay, so I'm going to exit with the running profit. I have out of the trade now at the moment. All right, so we gained a couple of pips. It got a bounce. That's why I just got out of this trade. Again, 12 pip on this one. So let's look at here. Looking at XAUSD, we are consecutively. This is, I think, the 7th or 6th win, which is very good to look at. Though not a big win, but we are on it. So that's the key, guys. Here is the most important part as a trader is to remain in the positive zone. Not always maybe possible, but it's a good idea to always have grasp the concept of having a better trading psychology, which is also very important to look at. How many of you have gained some pip here, guys? Let me know. So gold, yeah. GBP slowly dropping. Yeah, we can see that. British pound US dollar. Yeah, British pound US dollar is bearish. I haven't entered yet. In the live session, we had a previous trade on euro dollar that we have gained. It was a good one. XAUSD, we can see that from this level currently started to drop here. And if you guys look at it, you can see with this dodgy formation, the market from this level, we can see this is if you guys look at it, you can see from that level, the price slowly breaking below that level here. And, this is we see that bounce again, but I think that ultimately we could see a drop further to the downside. Once we find further entry opportunity, we will be entering into the trade. Here we can see that there is a rejection. It may go back up to the liquidity zone again. And after going back to the liquidity zone, if you guys look at it from here, there's a gap open, bounce back up to the liquidity zone. And with that bounce to the liquidity zone, we can expect for the market to, that trend in that direction again, to see, how far it might be heading to that level in this market. So with that in mind, you can see from here, this is a rejection to the upside to the liquidity zone. And okay, so here is, this is a resistance where there is a liquidity gap. If you guys look at it, you can see it's a massive liquidity gap, and expecting is for the market to trend in that direction. See that how far. if we find a further entry opportunity, we will be entering into the trade again. Are you guys with me? Thank you. Thank you very much for joining the live session. Let's find another opportunity. As soon as we will find that, we will be entering into the trade. See that how far it might be heading to, and based on that we can look for trading opportunity in the market. Again, I see the likes is almost 1/3 of the view. I would appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Likes is going up. Thank you. And let me know, guys, if you gain some here, some people in this live session would like to see that some other move coming up later. Thank you. And we can see that there is a bearish engulfer here, followed by another potential bearish price action in that area. And as you can see from this resistance, the market drop. So we, if you look at resistance, we might see that another potential wave of drop, but would like to see a deeper liquidity grab and then reject again in that direction to find out. Okay, so you can see it's at the moment it's here from that level melting, and we might see that break of this low. We didn't enter the second trade, but the first trade, if you guys are running, I would hold it, but I have taken the TP on this one here. And Gbpusd, where also let's quickly look at British Pound US Dollar here. You can see that Gbpusd from this level, there is a 4-hour bearish engulfer, and we might see that this market is coming back to that level. And if you look at, you can see this is the daily chart here, where there is a daily, you can see this is a daily 20 EMA, which is very important level to look at, which is also the high liquidity zone on on Gbpusd. And you can see this is a 4-hour bearish engulfer, and 4-hour bearish engulfer followed by another 4-hour bearish candle is being formed. It's still 1 hour, 1.5 hour remaining for this candle to close. But what I think that as this market grab the liquidity, the bias to the downside is higher than anything else. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. We can see here with this move, a very strong drop followed by this pullback to the resistance, and we can see the market again breaking below to create a new lower low here. And with this one here, the price is approaching that support level, which is pretty important support here. And for our perspective here, we can see bearish engulfer followed by 4-hour bearish price action, wanting to see this coming back to that support here. We'll see how far it might be heading, and based on that we can look for trading opportunity again on Gbpusd. So we can see that in the beginning of the session, guys, we discussed about British Pound US Dollar. Let's go back to that lesson again to understand how British Pound US Dollar market is being formed. Now you can see this is the 1-hour chart here, and this is a break of a structure on Gbpusd from this resistance line, deviated from the structure, and then once it grabbed the liquidity, we can see the drop and followed by this pullback, and we can expect for this market again trend in the direction to the support level here to create a new lower low. So with that in mind, if we look at here, this is the 4-hour chart, and you can see the market from this level. This is a massive drop to that support so far, and we may see that this market potentially trending in that direction, and it may come back here to that support level where there is a high liquidity zone in this area on XAU, on British pound US dollar here. And looking at the 4-hour and the daily, we can see the market still from the daily perspective on GBP USD, we can see the market in a downtrend here. Okay, so from the 4-hour time frame as well, after this bearish engulfer, the market in a pretty strong downtrend here on GBP USD. So resistance here, okay, big drop, sideways movement. We could see the market, in fact, in a we might see that it's trending in that direction to create a new lower low here. So looking at the daily, we can see still bearish price action here. Looking at the weekly, also bearish. 4-hour, we can see that after this bearish engulfer, the market is currently trending here, and with that trend, would like to see that the price, we might see that continuation in that direction here. And so with that continuation pattern on XAUUSD, if you guys look at, you can see series of lower high here. We can see that very strong bearish engulfer, 4-hour, another bearish candle, and long wick candle, expecting it to trend in that direction. So let's look at again XAUUSD. We can see the GBPUSD trying to trend in the direction. We will be looking for further entry opportunity on British pound US dollar, but we will be looking at XAUUSD here on this instrument again to see where if there is any further entry opportunity here. Still delete that one here on this instrument. Looking at 5-minute chart and the 1 minute, we can see that from this support level there is a bounce, and with this bounce, the market on the resistance line, and okay, so from this level there is a bounce. With that bounce, we can expect for this market from the 4-hour also, we can see that pretty strong move here. 5 minutes, the 4-hour. Okay, so 1 hour from this level, there's a double top. From the XAUUSD, from the 1 hour perspective, pretty strong drop here, and with that drop, we can see that this is where lower time frame price action here. You can see big drop, bounce, expecting for the market to this is the 1 minute chart, couple of dodges formation. Okay, so on XAUSD, we can see that from this support level, there is a bounce and followed by 2 dodges. We can see that from that level, there is a drop here, and we can expect for the market to, as you can see, this is another liquidity grab. So let's see if it is preparing for another potential drop here. And 15 minutes, potentially forming a liquidity candle here. 5 minutes chart and the 1 minute. We have seen that this is a liquidity grab on XAUSD, and with that liquidity grab, we can expect for the market to potentially drop again to the support level. As soon as we will find further entry opportunity, we'll be looking to enter again in the market. Already enter buy. So yeah, let's keep trading. This is the consecutive, I think, 6th or 7th win in this market, and with that consecutive win, we will be I will be looking forward to have some better trading opportunity coming up. And also guys, membership opening very soon with new updates and tools. Stay tuned for that. All the links you can find in the description. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. So with that said, thank you. It was a great session. I will be ending this live session today. FOMC coming, and we will be looking forward to it as well. I'll see you again very soon, trading live together. Today's session little shorter, but it's a quality one. I would like to see you guys again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.